Aren't Americans all overweight and fat? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Montana and I was an exchange student in Germany, and today my video theme is common questions that are honestly kind of controversial that I would get asked when I was in Germany. So like the most common questions that people would ask me as soon as they found out I was American. Like I said before, I make these videos for entertainment purposes and for educational purposes, so hopefully you guys enjoy them, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So my first question that I would always receive was, don't you think your American healthcare system is so bad? And I think that our healthcare system definitely has some ways it could be improved. This was actually one of the projects or the referat that referat that I had to give in my Sozialkunde class because I needed grades for that class, and so she let me give presentations instead of taking the tests because I didn't do so hot in the tests. But anyway, I gave a presentation in history on the American healthcare system and how it works because we've got private healthcare insurance versus in Germany where the state provides healthcare for everyone and ensures that everyone has insurance. So that was a very common question that I would receive. And then the second question that I would always receive is, aren't Americans all overweight and fat? And isn't America so unhealthy when it comes to what they eat? Which I don't think is the case, at least for my family. I eat super healthy, and I would honestly say that the food I ate in Germany was more fattening than the food that I eat here in the US. I think that rumor it probably holds truth because certain parts of the US do struggle with obesity a lot. However, the image of America being so obese and overweight is very overplayed in the media and in movies, and so I think a lot of foreigners have the idea that all Americans are very large when in reality they are not much different than Germans. Our food can be fattening. Like when you think of traditional American food, you think of burgers and fries and I don't know, hot dogs, things that are like greasy and fried. I think that at some state fairs they have fried butter. Like what is fried butter? That's disgusting. But Americans aren't always that fat, and that was just a common question because a lot of Germans would think that American food was so much less healthy than German food, and that German food is so natural and healthy, but I don't know, man, those sausages and beer and all of that is not that healthy. The next question that I would always get is just regarding the president, like, what's your opinion on him? And I that is not English. I would always try to kind of avoid this question just because I know politics are so divisive in America, and I didn't want to start any political like conversations in the comments where people just get furious at each other. However, I just wanted to say that he is not well loved in Europe, which is understandable for a lot of reasons, and so that was one of the main questions I would always get asked as well. And the next question, this is going to be a shorter video, so the next question was just, is high school like all of the movies? So I know a lot of popular high school movies from American like Hollywood include High School Musical. Those are kind of for the younger generation. There's Clueless, there's 16 Candles, 16 Wishes, 16 Candles I think is what it's called. There's so many high school coming of age movies that are directed in the US and that have made their way over to Germany and are pretty popular. And so one of the questions always asked was, is your US high school really like that? I think it kind of is. I can try to do a video touching more on which aspects of those movies are true in high school and which ones are kind of made up, but we definitely have like the lockers, the cafeteria, the football team. All of that is very true. I really wish I could do a day in my life of US high school, but all of the high schools are actually closed for good until the fall semester. So for my public high schools, even though I've graduated and am going to college, if I were to go back to high school, I wouldn't have school until September. Another question I would always get asked is when someone would find out that I was American, they would say, oh my gosh, I've been to America. Have you been to New York, California, or DC? And those are just the stereotypical like cities that every tourist goes to. Or those, let me see. California is not a city, but Los Angeles is in California. And that is the classic European trip, I feel like, when they go to the US. I actually have been to New York and Washington, D.C. Like I said in some previous videos, Washington, D.C. is my favorite city in the whole US. But I haven't been to California because it's super far from where I live and flights are actually pretty expensive. Every single state is so different from each other. So if I can say one thing, it's please come to Richmond, Virginia. I love Richmond, it's where I live, and I think it's really cool. That was actually all that I have for today. I know that was really short. There's only like 5 questions. This is one of the shorter videos. I hope you guys are staying safe. If any of you guys are interested in me making a video about like the best places I've been in the US and the best places or cities or things to do in America, then please leave that in the comments below. I didn't know if anyone would be interested in kind of travel tips videos because those are a little different than what I normally do. Other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe and have a great day. Tschüss!